Hi, and welcome to the Toon Goons, the podcast in which we take an adult and critical perspective into the world of cartoons and animation and analyze how they affect the pop cultural landscape at large. I'm one of your hosts, Nikki.
I'm Nina.
And I'm Tooch.
And today we are talking about Ed, Edd, and Eddy, as well as the Korra finale. It's going to be in our recap section, but I feel like it's important enough to be talked about at the top of the show. We'll talk about it at the bottom of the show. Now, Nina, you got...
Oh boy, will we.
We got a couple of news stories, not a lot, which is good because we got a lot to talk about this week, so let's hear them. Okay. What kind of exciting news you got for us today?
Yeah, lay it on me.
First news story is sad.
Oh.
Well, shit.
Norman Bridwell, creator of Clifford the Big Red Dog, has passed away.
Yeah. I don't like it.
Yeah, this story broke December 16th, and he was 86. So for those of you who don't know, Norman Bridwell created the...
Bridwell.
Here's
the thing. Birdwell was the name of the island in Clifford the Big Red Dog. It was Birdwell Island, but the guy's name was Bridwell. He's like, Birdwell's a fucking better name than my real name. That's what I'm going to name this island named after myself.
But yeah, Norman Bridwell, he created the character Clifford the Big Red Dog. It was, originally a series of books. He died on Martha's Vineyard, Massachusetts on Friday. Scholastic's book said on Tuesday.
Relevant to this show, because if you don't remember, they did make a Clifford the Big Red Dog cartoon for PBS a while back, which was the last time I ever heard from Kel Mitchell.
Oh yeah, he was
the bulldog.
All I remember is that Great Lyle is the girl, because every time Great Lyle talks about voice roles she's done, that's one of them, and I'm just like, who watches that? I guess children.
I did. Her role was Emily Elizabeth.
Right, yeah. This is another thing, like, I guess I just didn't watch shit that was for my age when I was the age to watch that.
Well, no, here's the thing, is that the reason why I'm familiar with it is because...
Winnie the Pooh.
Well, no, Winnie the Pooh, you have no excuse. Clifford the Big Red Dog, you and I are the same age. I watched it because I have two younger sisters.
Yeah, Lucy really liked it.
You were too old for that.
I forget we're the same age because you carry yourself as if you're 40.
I carry myself as if I'm walking into the ocean.
You're walking onto your iceberg that you will shove yourself off of into the sea.
I'm a forlorn Japanese bride. But yeah, no, this is sad.
Yeah, it is sad.
And,
absolutely.
Those stories were fun, and I remember reading the books, and they were fun, and the cartoon was cute and fun.
Everything was fun.
2 more Clifford
Until
books
now.
Will be published in 2015. Clifford Goes to Kindergarten will come out in May, and Clifford Celebrates Hanukkah in October.
It's taking Clifford this long to go to kindergarten? Clifford's like 60 years old.
I don't know, because Emily Elizabeth is 8 years old.
Perpetually?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he's going to dog kindergarten.
Okay.
We'll have to wait until May to see.
Alright. That's probably gonna sell pretty well.
Yeah. Poor guy.
So the guy was writing books up to his death, Tezuka style.
Yeah, I mean, he's 86.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Alright, rest in peace. Our condolences to his family. We got anything more fun and good?
More fun? Yes. The next big story is that Laika has set its next feature. It's going to be called Kubo and the Two Strings. It's going to be their 4th collaboration stop-motion animated feature. Directed by Laika President and CEO Travis Knight. It's based on original screenplay by Mark Hames and Chris Butler. Who did Paranorman. It is a swashbuckling adventure set in a mythical ancient Japan. And they're going to be using 3D stop-motion and CGI hybrid technique, as they've been doing. The all-star cast includes Matthew McConaughey, Charlize Theron, and Rooney Mara, Ralph Fiennes, Brenda Vaccaro, and Art Parkinson from Game of Thrones will be providing the voice for the title character, Kubo. The plot proper is that in an epic fantasy, scruffy, kind-hearted Kubo ekes out a humble living while devotedly caring for his mother in their sleepy shoreside village. It is a quite quiet existence, until a spirit from the past catches up with him to enforce an age-old vendetta. Suddenly on the run from gods and monsters, Kubo's chances for survival rest on finding the magical suit of armor once worn by his fallen father, the greatest samurai the world has ever known. Summoning courage, Kubo embarks on a thrilling odyssey as he faces his family's history, navigates the elements, and bravely fights for the earth and the stars. The movie is expected to release nationwide August 19th, 2016.
Okay, so in forever. It's going to take forever for this movie to come out as far as my
Absolutely
short time.
forever.
Yeah, now, the immediate point of focus, the discussion point of this movie is that it's an all-white cast. In a movie set in ancient Japan.
And all-white writers, too.
That can be, I feel, more forgiven. And we've talked about this before, where in voice acting, you don't strictly need to cast animated characters with actors of the same race, but you should.
Especially if this is a period piece about a specific singular one culture, and you have completely cast devoid of any such people, even tangentially related to said culture.
Yeah, I mean, this is what we got mad about Exodus about. So,
yeah. I was gonna say, like you said, it's more forgivable because it's just the vocal performance, and we're not looking at a bunch of white people pretending to be people of color, which is horrendously worse. But yeah, it's still pretty ignorant.
Yeah. I'm like, what's the point of setting it in Japan?
Yeah, I mean, George Takei better show up in this movie.
I just assume he's contractually obligated to show up in anything Asian.
Yeah, like, this relates to something we did earlier this month. He was Phoebe's dad in Hey Arnold. If he was Japanese,
Issue's half
Japanese, it doesn't matter what race, you know. Is there an Asian character? Before you can cast anybody else, you have to cast George Takei. I saw like another article is like, why not Ken Watanabe? Well, because I can't understand a goddamn word he says, and this is voice acting. We can't rely on his intimidating face.
Very true.
I mean, it's still Laika. I mean, they've made great movies, and this is the writing team who wrote Paranorman, so I still want to see it. I still reserve the right to be mad. And there's a piece of promotional art which looks very nice.
I think this movie's going to be visually ridiculously amazing, beautiful. I'm gonna cry. But if it's not, like, I don't even want to say as good. The only way I'm gonna be able to go, yeah, the cast is all white, but like, look how fucking good this movie is in spite of it, is if it better be better than Paranorman. It needs to top Paranorman.
Yeah.
Otherwise I'm gonna be like, you gotta see, guys, you gotta see plus at best, because you fucked up on a very core level.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Matthew McConaughey, nobody likes him. He's a good actor, yes. No one's disputing that, but he's
coming back.
Creepy guy.
And I'm also interested in this setting more so than I was in the setting of box trolls, like Victorian England. I get it. Feudal Japan. I've seen this fantasy feudal Japan before. Like, I mean, I've played Okami a bunch, but you know, I'm not tired of it because it's not like a setting that is defined by grime and garbage and disease.
Yeah. You know, white people stuff.
Yeah. Keep an eye on this. All right. That's all we got for news?
I believe so. That's all we got this week. Remember, if there's a news story out there and you think we should talk about it and you're afraid we're going to forget about it, send it our way.
Yep.
And it could appear on
Please
the
tell
show.
us things. We don't know what's going on in the world.
You like.